Tonight on Podcasting Down, how'd we do this year? Better than you. Podcast them down. Hail, Metal Nation! It is I, Tim, and of course I'm joined by Matt and Doug. Sign in, Matt and Doug.
Hi,
God damn
I'm
it.
Matt. What?
First show of 2023, and you fucked it up already.
First of all, I'm pretty sure it's the last show of 2022. And second of all,
hold on,
I'm
Matt.
signing in.
Do the metal line for Tim to cut.
Oh, yeah, shit. All right. Metal line, December 21st, 2022. The winter solstice.
I really should cut that out because I was going to go on and on about how I hate it when articles come out with like their year in review, which is what this is. This is Podcasting Downs 2022 in review and 2023 look ahead. But I was gonna say I hate it when media puts out their year in review or best of the year before the end of the year. That's a pet peeve of mine. And now you are pulling back the curtain, revealing to me to be a hypocrite. And, but in my defense, you're leaving the hemisphere. So this is your fault.
Well, okay, it is my fault. And actually, I believe, unlike this weird, Roman calendar that's been all like mangled to shit, the year begins on the solstice when the light is smallest and now it's getting bigger. So actually, fuck you, Tim. This is the first day of the year. It's just this imperial imposition of this Roman calendar that's fucking us up.
So are we deciding that Podcasting Down is not subject to Roman rule? Because I think that's something ISENMOR could get behind.
Yeah, we're like I don't know.
Sovereign citizens.
Sovereign citizens of the world.
Jeez.
Look behind those. None of those flags that Doug has have fringe on them. Therefore, we're not in a court of admiralty, so we're allowed to say what we feel like.
Dude, I forget where it was or what year it was. So I don't know if it's outside the scope of this episode. We met a sound guy at some show who claimed he was a sovereign citizen and had some sort of laminated card in his wallet attesting to that effect. And we're like, okay. And he goes, yeah, this means, no one can pull me over except for like federal police. And I'm like, I really don't think that's how it works. But anyway.
The sheriff is the highest legal authority I recognize in this land.
All right, well, you're listening to the Clive and Bundy hour.
I didn't ratify any of these amendments, Doug.
So, what the hell were we talking about? 2022. All right.
A year in review.
A year in review. So what have we done this year? What have you missed if you're just joining us here in 2023? The first thing we did this year was to review 2021.
Oh, yeah, we did do that. And if I recall, 2021 was a pretty great year. For example, we talked about... You're supposed to stop me because now I'm reviewing 2021. That was the gimmick.
No, I wanted to see where you were going.
Okay, we talked about...
how about we laid a lot of the groundwork for 2022? That's what we did.
Yeah, we did. We interviewed our friends from... what was that band? They had a new album coming out.
We didn't... We didn't interview anyone in 2022.
No, in 2021 you did.
Yeah,
and we talked...
We had a few interviews in 2021.
We talked to the founder of the Maryland Death Fest.
No, that was the Pocono Folk Metal
the Pocono's Death. All right, that's close enough.
It's not the same thing.
We introduced a new feature where we thought it might be fun to watch a Star Trek episode or two.
Yeah, that was 2021. All right, stop there.
All right.
2022. Let's see. One of our most popular episodes, oddly, was me and Mike explaining how to do DMX lighting to stick it to all those stupid fucking lighting guys.
That was a really good episode.
Thank you. I don't know. No one's reached out to say if they were successful, but we did lots of sports this year. So we did Winter Olympics.
Yep.
We did March Madness.
Oh,
and yeah, the both, NCAA men's and women's brackets.
Because we're not sexist assholes.
Right. We did, rolling down, we did the MLB.
Mm-hmm.
That's Major League Baseball. And we did the Canadian Football League.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of sports. We still haven't got, so we're doing the Star Trek original series Metal rewatch. But what do you think the first episode that aired, what original series episode was the first one we aired this year?
Oh,
season
probably
1 episode.
Like,
that's a great
an episode
question.
or so after Balance of Terror.
Was it? I want to say it was
It
earlier.
wasn't that one, but
what was it like? We couldn't have started those. It must have been like, oh, was it the Menagerie? Was that what we did?
I'm looking to see if I have the proper thing on here.
Oh, it wasn't the Trouble with Tribbles. I know that because we haven't done that yet.
Right.
Yeah, and so we're going to make a metal commitment right now that we're going to finish the first season by April.
Well, is that possible?
Here's your hint.
Oh, it was the Menagerie. Yes.
Yeah, that was a popular one.
That was a great one. I hope those guys come back. I mean, I hope we go into the archives and find them. Find them.
Let's see.
Episodes.
We came up with several new series, but we didn't continue some old series. So we did not do a Historian Ruins Heavy Metal like we planned.
Man, that Maiden one was in 2021?
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Ouch.
But we did start What the Fuck Happened.
Oh, we did start What the Fuck Happened. Yeah.
We did both Cryptopsy and what was the other one? Not Arctica? Yeah.
Did we discover Clowncore in 2022 or was that 2021?
Yeah, Clowncore, we did both episodes in January. No, one in February.
All right.
Yeah, so that's how we opened the year with Clowncore. I think they're touring, by the way, and they're coming.
Clowncore is?
Clowncore.
Oh my God, we got to go to Brooklyn. How amazing would that be to go to Clowncore? I almost said Clown College, but I mean that would be amazing too.
Their website is clowncore.computer.
Oh, that's it. 3, 4.
Yes, they are playing 2 nights in Brooklyn in late February. That's the closest they're playing here. And then they're flying to Paris.
Well, why don't we just go to Paris? Like, Doug has to fly 8 hours anyway, so we should all fly 8 hours just to make it fair.
I agree.
Doug goes to the Brooklyn show, and we'll go to the Paris show.
And we'll do a remote live show, and we're still not in the same place.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I like it. We started doing On Location, which was new this year.
We did do that.
We did. Dave and I did the Christmas Village in Baltimore.
What was the name of that pyramid thing?
The Glühwein Pyramid.
The Glühwein Pyramid. I had to explain to Dad what that was.
Glühwein. Let's see. We did Renfest.
Ocean City.
And Ocean City.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't even at Renfest. Renfest was done and aired, but I wasn't there.
But were you live in your non-Renfest location for that?
Yeah, that was in the Darkened Abyss.
Yeah, that was even more amazing because it was like a dual metal on location shoot.
Yeah, and we also did Belgium.
Yeah, we did do Belgium.
That was you complaining about Belgium.
That did not go according to plan. Oh, we'll have a Metal on Location in Indonesia, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Maybe Matt Hatman will be there.
We had a couple.
We're going to do the boardwalk with a capital B in Atlantic City.
Oh,
at some point in 2023.
Yeah,
we need more. Yeah, we need more patrons. Speaking of which, we started our Patreon, and
wait, could we do a live Monopoly game where we like literally try to buy the streets in Atlantic City?
There are definitely people on many of those streets that will take your money.
So we started the Patreon thing about halfway through the year, and we started it in June, and we put out 13 videos. So about 2 a month.
And we make another metal commitment that we're going to review Dreadnought.
Right.
Yes, because we do have a patron at the memory beta tier.
Yeah, and we're definitely reading them.
Star Trek
for the
novels.
First episode in January.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God. Yeah.
All these deadlines.
Even though I believe this is the first episode in January, but
right,
the first episode we record in January.
No, he's saying the first Dreadnought episode will be in January.
Right,
that's what Doug's saying. Okay. Not the first episode of January will be Dreadnought.
Will be oh, I see. Okay, well, I have that on my Kindle. I can read it on a plane. I'm going to buy a Kindle Scribe. It's going to be
Tim's allowed maximum flexibility.
Yes.
Let's see.
We did March Man-O-War Madness.
Yep.
March was fucking busy.
Yeah, we have to get ready for that too.
Only if you want to make it an annual thing. We did Metallica, including the Big Four lyrics quiz. I forgot who won that. I think it was Doug, right?
I think it was Doug.
Metallica, at least on the basis of YouTube, it might be different on the downloads, was surprisingly not that popular. Man-O-War, very popular. Thank you, Man-O-Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We did a couple of concert reviews.
I believe that we talked about this year or 2023 doing Iron March Maidenness. I think we tried to figure out Marcherin Maidenness. We talked about doing something.
Maiden.
So you want to do Iron Maiden
instead of Metallica? That works.
That works. We can do that.
And we're only going to talk about the Blaze Bayley records.
Okay, well, of course.
Are we going to get 5 episodes out of that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to get 6.
We can get 2 episodes out of the Angel and the Gambler alone.
1 for the Angel and 1 for the Gambler.
1 for the Gambler. Oh, man.
Concert reviews. Concert reviews. We did Symphony X.
Yep.
We did
Sonata Arctica.
That wasn't a concert review.
Oh,
per se. That was what the fuck happened.
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, we did.
Go ahead.
We did a Blind Guardian concert review with lots of amazing revelations.
That's right, we did. Yeah, that was a concert review.
That was a combo concert review, Metal on Location. So we're already having crossover episodes in our sub-series.
Right. We did, we reviewed all the General Mills cereal monsters.
Yep. And I actually think that opened the door for lots of more food-related content. So I think metal food content is a lock for 2023.
100%. I planned a food month, but it keeps getting postponed.
Oh yeah,
because we have so much other stuff to talk about. But yeah, we definitely have to
I'm excited for Metal Food Month.
We did review battles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be coming back. Fun to do.
That was going to be my question. Should we do it again?
Yes, those were great. Those were some of my favorite episodes.
Let's see.
I think we're going to, there'll be some twists involving artificial intelligence.
Allegedly, possibly.
We talked at various lengths about 3 amazing 2022 releases, specifically the new Black Metal Beach Party that came out in 2022, the new It's a Death Metal Xmas that came out in 2022, and Steel Diplomacy by Burning Shadows, which came out in 2022.
Although I've heard that the best review of Steel Diplomacy actually came out on the Patreon. So if you're not a patron, you need to listen to there's a puff piece bullshit propaganda review of Steel Diplomacy, and then a hard-hitting fact-finding truth's position on Steel Diplomacy. So if you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out.
And you can check out those great records on Bandcamp, and there's a lot of great independent metal merch on steelresolve.com.
I mean, this isn't really an episode, but we had the saga of steelresolve.com being hacked and giving out sex advice.
That's I haven't checked on it in a while. I was about to say it hasn't been hacked anymore.
But I mean, it has been hacked. There's all this stupid death metal Xmas merch, and I would consider that a hack. You can get a
helter-shelter candle there.
I mean, that sounds pretty amazing. You know, I hope someone gets me a helter-shelter candle for Christmas. It's still time.
Too late.
Oh, fuck. Well, next Christmas. I'm
next
sure they'll
Christmas.
still be up.
All right, do you want to take a stab at how many promo roundups we did, including the mega promo roundup?
Are these just episodes, or are these individual promos?
The number of episodes.
25.
I'm going to take the over and say 30.
You're both too low.
Wow. 41?
41 on the nose.
Yes.
Wow. Cheater.
Yeah. I didn't cheat.
We did at least 3 bands per episode. I know we did more than that on a few episodes. So that's 123 band promos we reviewed in 2022.
Wow, those guys should be grateful. Oh, that's another thing we did in 2022. We had a shocking expose on Sexy Draculas.
Sexy Dracula. Yeah, that guy got extra time on the show and he didn't thank us.
No, he didn't.
And there were a bunch of miscellaneousness, like, for example, Sexy Draculas. We looked at metal bands from Africa.
Oh, right.
There was 10 or so of those that we found.
Yeah.
They were all over the continent. So we looked at Hammerfall Brotherhood, the music video.
Is that the one where their kids showed up and it was like Hammerfall Jr.?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, that was a great episode too.
We designed the metal bathroom, which I remember you weren't happy about.
Yeah. I just thought you and Mike weren't taking it seriously.
Well, how about the metal problems? That was when, my face ached for a week because I was scowling all the time. So we talked about our metal problems.
Wasn't there a metal parenting episode?
That was on Patreon.
That was on Patreon. Again, another reason, look, you should be subscribed to Patreon. There's
bonus episodes on Patreon. There's extra content that aren't full episodes too. I already scheduled one for February. It's going to come out in February.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I'm trying to not run out of content. So that only happened twice this year, where we caught up to the publishing schedule. So. Let's see. We talked about lip syncing cheaters. We did 2 Everything Suckses.
Okay.
The second being the one that came out on Christmas Day. And if you're following closely, Matt doesn't remember it because he put the metal dateline in the episode.
Oh fuck!
And we're recording this 4 days before that episode.
No. First of all, it's not. It's a metal line. And second of all, I do remember that because that was just my funny joke that you weren't picking up on. Because clearly today is January 3rd, 2023. I am in Ubud, Indonesia, which is why it's so bright out. And I definitely didn't just watch a speech in Congress.
And whatever specific commitments and announcements we made in that episode, we stick by, even though it hasn't happened yet.
Yep. 100%. Also, I can't believe that James Cameron's Avatar 2 beat all box office records and is now the most awarded and profitable movie ever.
And that's going to be a March episode where we look at the Avatar movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. I think
Can we do an Avatar watch along?
As annoying as he occasionally is, James Cameron is metal as hell.
He is.
And like you look at Avatar, there's a lot of contempt for it, and we'll talk about our specific opinions in that episode. But everyone's shits all over it for a decade. Like, oh, forgot about Avatar. Then they re-release it, and people turn out in droves.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put this sequel out, and people turn out in droves. So. Fuck the critics, whether they're right or not.
Except when we're the critics.
Speaking of critics, so let's talk 2023.
Okay. What is that in Navi?
Are we bringing album reviews to the show?
We are. I believe.
See, that episode hasn't aired yet, Matt.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I mean... Damn it!
We'll have to discuss the format in which they will take, but we absolutely commit to bringing album reviews.
That's you know what, Doug, clear your schedule. Let's have a conversation about it, and that way we'll Tim, can you pencil it? Can you put something on the calendar so we can talk about what album review should be like?
Yeah, people have very specific expectations,
and we want to make sure. Meet them. Yeah, we put out the best design rating to give the listener the most information, the most useful information, unlike other sites.
Right.
And media.
Look for it in by February, but we'll be reviewing the new Ripper Owens EP. Mm-hmm. Which Tim and I have been hot to review ever since we discovered that they are trying to cancel Jugulator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And coming, we're going to interview him, in fact. And we're going to have a live... we're going to interview him. He's going to cut promos for us.
Pump those brakes.
No, this is... You guys don't believe me. But when Mr. Ripper is our fourth mic for the 2023 year in review, and his amazing Star Trek criticism, it will soon be Podcast Him Down featuring Tim Regan and Mr. Ripper Owens. I forget his first name.
We're going to do Ohio
his name
sports
is Tim,
with
ass.
him.
Oh, that's right.
What's
Tim
that,
ass Ripper Owens.
We'll do Ohio sports teams with him.
Yeah.
Buckeyes, Blue Jackets.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Bengals.
The
the 3 Bs. Buckeyes, Blue Jackets, and Bengals.
All right, Matt, we'll just get Tim and I the date, and we'll be there.
All right, yeah, it'll be great. Man, I can't wait. We're also going to interview all the living members of Burning Shadows, past and present. We're going to have...
Why? As far as I know, no one's passed away.
Well, I mean, is it inaccurate to call them living?
I mean, it's not wrong.
See?
aren't we? We're going to pass the 20th anniversary of the second EP, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can I retcon who was an official member?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, you retcon them when they're current members. Oh! Anywho, yeah, isn't it the 20th anniversary of Gather Darkness or something?
That would be the 10th
that's
of
this
that.
Year. That's this year. 10th anniversary was this year. We had
this year, 2023, in which we're recording this episode, or this year, 2022?
I mean, I obviously, when I say this year, I mean this year that just went by.
Oh, this Chinese year.
When was Whisper Suffering? Was that 2002?
Yeah.
And then Amongst the Dying Waves was 3?
Yes. Yeah, so like, we did have a plan to do the 10-year Gather Darkness, but I couldn't get Dave to sit still for long enough for us to implement those plans.
Can we get...
He's integral to them.
Could we get Greg to come on and talk about the 11th anniversary of Gather Darkness?
I mean, I guess so.
Can you do a live in the studio performance of the whole record?
It'll be like the NPR Tiny Desk concerts, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
I can. Yeah. I don't know if everyone can.
Well,
I can do my parts.
I still remember the legendary recently vacated Graves acoustic show.
Yes.
In that shithole, wherever that was. That was a good time. Was that the Copycat building?
Yeah, it was some building in Baltimore, and it wasn't on the ground floor.
Copycat, yeah.
Yeah, and there were a lot of couches.
Was it the graffiti warehouse?
It was. I think it was an old. I think it must not. It was where like Micah students, where you'd pay like $300 a month to live in a world that you make on a floor of an old printing facility.
Okay, I've been to places like that.
Well, we played with acoustic guitars, but we still had the same drums and vocals.
Oh,
it was amazing.
You're sitting down, yeah.
Yeah, we were sitting down because it was acoustic.
You should, like, to make an acoustic set, it should have been like a drum machine.
Yeah, so programming question. I want your thoughts on this. We had a few. So do you want to keep it 2 episodes a week, which is something else we implemented shortly before 2022 started? We went to 2 a week, Monday and Thursday. Monday being the full episode, and Thursday being promo reviews.
The NPR.
Right, hashtag NPR.
I think with the 20-minute album reviews, the format that we're going to refine and get more actual review content on here, we can stick with 2.
I like 2.
Would that be, or are we doing 52 reviews, or are those going to be interchanged with this is the behind the scenes stuff everyone likes. Mm-hmm. Would they switch off between reviews and metal promo roundups reviews?
I think that slot, I like that slot as a smaller mini episode, podcast them short. So I think there's lots of things that can fit in that slot. It could be an NPR, it could be an album review. It could be like an idea that just kind of flames out after 15 minutes and like we struggle to bring it home. But that can still go up, you know?
Metal Problems Part 2.
Yeah.
No, that's a good idea. It's going to work, damn it.
Yeah, so I'm fine with that. I was just soliciting opinions, even though your opinions don't matter to me.
But I would also like to pitch
on the programming schedule, at least,
the potential of metal specials. Like sometimes there might be a program so important that we break our regular upload schedule. Like we will guarantee Cash on the Nail, which I think is a reference to Judas. I think Santa mentioned that too. Now that I think about it. Anyway, Cash on the Nail. We will give you fresh metal content every Monday and Thursday, but there is a potential that there could be a Metal Tuesday episode, or even like a Saturday metal smorgasbord, if the mood strikes us.
We broke the Monday Thursday thing 3 times.
Okay.
Oh, 2022.
Okay. Can we guess?
Yeah, you can guess if you want.
What?
A hint: 2 of them were in the same week.
Well, so this is an honest guess. I think they were the March Madnesses because they had to go out.
What was the other one?
But what was the other one?
We already talked about
Metallica.
No.
Yeah,
Metallica.
Was it a Metallica episode?
Nope.
Huh.
It was very late in the year.
Was it an Augustopeth episode?
Thanksgiving?
Nope.
No,
keep going.
That's a Thursday. Was it
Clue.
Sinterklaas?
Came out on a Sunday.
Came out on a Sunday. Came out on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Was it
our yearly review with Santa?
I'm using the past tense, but perhaps I should use the future tense.
Oh wait, was it the Metal Year in Review?
No. No.
Oh.
You just leapfrogged over it.
Wait.
Everything
sucks?
Christmas edition.
Is that going to come out on Christmas Day?
On the day. Yes, that's when it came out.
Wow.
On Christmas Day.
That's right. That is when it came out. Because I listened to that on the plane on December 26th when I flew first class to Vegas.
If I remember the episode correctly, now that I've listened to it.
You know what? I do now recall that.
I bring Mike up a couple of pegs and he brings me down a couple of pegs.
Where is Mike, by the way? Doesn't he supposed to participate in these like Metal Years in Review and stuff?
I could have invited him, but I waited too long.
Oh.
Mike needs like notice so he doesn't fall asleep.
Okay. Well, also coming in 2023, more Mike. Mike on location.
We're going to do... He doesn't go anywhere.
Oh. I would like... I think, Doug, at one point we were talking about debating on this, like metal debates.
No, we weren't.
Oh, I see what he did there. But what if we had a metal debate between Mike and Dave about something?
That would be interesting. I got to give Dave credit. He carried that German Christmas festival episode. I mean, Tim was good, but
Tim
I'm surprised how good Dave was in front of the camera.
Yeah,
I think Dave was very good. I agree. It was less work on me, so I just kind of let him say whatever he wanted.
And there was a lot less fish-related content than I thought there would be in that.
Yeah, but he still mentioned it.
Well, of course he mentioned it. Oh, fish cast them down. That's another thing coming in 2023. We're going to have a fish episode, and then Dave is going to keep mentioning metal things, which is going to be incredible.
I love it.
This fish concert reminds me of the time I was at VACATED.
Yeah, we're going to pull some stuff out of the Gather podcast archives. I heard they had a really ridiculous way of scoring records.
Yeah, I mean when you guys hear this Gather podcast album review, it's going to be incredible. We're just trying to clean up. It was recorded on digital audio tape, so we've had to send it to the lab. But don't worry, it's coming out. I've heard the raw cut, and it's great.
It's a Dream Theater train of thought, if I remember.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what it was.
Gather podcast. I'm just writing it down for no particular reason.
I mean, I would have pitched this. I think this would be good for a lot of people, but there's some kind of like nostalgia is a great way to cash in these days. So is there some kind of like metal nostalgia we could talk about? I mean, other than this entire podcast, but like, talk about, I don't know, Winamp or something. I mean, I'm sure there are like, digital downloads. That would be something we could talk about maybe. Did we do that?
Are you trying to get at something?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out
it?
ideas. It's not like we're winging this. Like I'm reading everything you wrote down to say.
Read that last one.
Oh, also
remember when our friend back in college was sued by the MPAA? No, the music body. Sorry, remember he had the
ASCAP.
Whoever they are, the record
the RIAA.
Oh, the RIAA. See, that's a story we could tell. Allegedly.
Just allegedly pirated music. Allegedly.
Oh, they alleged. We're not taking a position one way or the other.
We're not going to make a fist about allegedly.
Right. I
wonder if we could dig up
train of thought. My Dream Theater train of thought.
Remember that classic video where he rode the bike off the roof to impress the kids?
So somewhere there's a DVD of that. He burnt it to a DVD, and
cool guy.
I had it at one point, and our mutual friend Brian had it at one point, and neither of us can find it. So I'm very upset about this because that needs to be archived and shown to humanity.
That could be something we watch on the Patreons.
Yeah, if it turns up.
If it turns up.
When it turns up. Yeah, so I think we should bring back Historian Ruins Heavy Metal.
We should definitely.
Do you have interest in interviewing bands?
I mean, I think it would be
either online or in person.
What do you mean online? Like an IAM? Like we're
this.
Just chatting?
No. Oh, like video chat versus doing it at a show backstage.
I mean, I think both of those sound great.
Yeah. So the only problem is it's prep work, and I'm not a fan of prep work.
Yeah, I mean. But maybe, do you remember, was it Chris Farley did like the Chris Farley interview where I just remember he was like, I remember one where he interviewed Paul McCartney. He's like, do you remember when you wrote Hey Jude? And Paul McCartney was like, yeah. He's like, that was awesome.
I have seen the Chris Farley interview.
Yeah, so we could do something like that. I mean,
I think I can Larry King it.
And I think the behind the scenes stuff is a differentiating differentiator. I mean, we've seen some of the popular episodes, and it's a lot of the technology putting on shows, at metal economics, and how you make money in this crazy world.
And I think that's the public service we can do, because we're not just here to promote like 70-year-old TV shows. We're also here to help the aspiring metal artist learn how to be a great performer. And so interviewing bands, even like having a lighting guy panel or something like a metal career week.
Tim, why am I blanking? The Whisper, whatever.
Suffering.
Was any of your early stuff recorded on tape, or have you been digital your entire?
Good question. The first 3 songs we recorded for the Darkest Winter EP were on to 8-hats.
Ooh.
Which is
like that Gather podcast episode.
Yeah, it's a 16 channel, or is it 8 channel digital audio tape. We did 16 channels, so somehow but I think ADAT's only 8 channels. I forget. It's been 20 years. So we did that EP in 3 sessions. When we showed up for the 3rd session, they had switched to digital in Pro Tools. So 2 of the songs were straight to digital, and 3 of them were to like a hard disk, and 3 were to ADAT.
Yeah, that's let's earmark recording.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of interesting because
too.
As we learned from the Manowar March, Manowar at least says, and we know what they say is true, that as early as the 87 record, was it Fight in the World, the first one they recorded, they say it was the first digital album. And I mean, you probably saw it in like industrial music and all that by the mid 90s, and then the whole world, probably in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
unless you had specific reason to go with tape.
I remember Metallica had a little like indicator on their CDs at what point it went from analog to digital in the shape. So like tracking was analog, mixing was analog, but mastering was digital, that kind of thing. Or maybe it was mixing, mastering, and production. Because they're like, oh, we don't want digital. But they're like, no, only the end was digital. So we kept all that analog goodness, that kind of thing.
So look for that. That'll be a fun one.
I mean, also something we need to prepare for, Doug, is that not next year, but in 2024, the Gabriel Bell riots will happen. So we're going to have to lay the groundwork and foundation for that to explain, what people, especially our California fans, should expect, how to stay out of sanctuary districts, etc.
Yes. Maybe on the Patreon.
Yeah, maybe on the Patreon. Yeah, you know what? That's advice that we shouldn't give away for free.
All right, I'm skimming. I think at this point in the episode, we can. I think last year we did this too. What is expected? Releases expected in 2023. So.
Oh right, yeah.
I'll throw out some names and you can react to them. Yet another Obituary CD.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yet another Catatonia CD. Yet another Steve Vai CD. New Xandria. Xandria's like your poor man's Nightwish. Delane is coming out with something with they got their new singer, which is weird to me because the whole point of Delane was their old singer. So, there's a new In Flames. I've never heard of Hell Ripper, but that's a great name.
Whoa. 2 ears.
Oh, Doug's all in. There's a new Godsmack.
Oh, we got to listen to that.
Let's see. New Heidevolk, new Insomnium, new Steel Panther. I hate Steel Panther.
Uh-oh.
New Hate, and I hate them.
We're not getting that interview now.
Flora Jansen is putting out a solo album, and I heard some of the stuff already, and it's just like generic and meh. New Ne Obliviscaris, and they're going to be touring with that. I like them.
Okay.
Metallica 72 Seasons will be coming out in April.
Ooh. Oh, just in time for Metallica.
And
yeah, but we're doing Iron Maiden.
Oh.
The old school style British death metal band Memoriam will be releasing Rise to Power in February for fans of Bolt Thrower and Benediction.
Well, that sounds exciting.
Late April is the next installment of Reader of the Runes by Elven King. That's one of those. The first one came out, and it's like good, but I don't care to like I don't want to go through the work of listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the big ones that are known about right now. Like Symphony X is working on something.
Excuse me, you missed the new Uriah Heep album, Chaos in Color.
New Nile, new Morbid Angel, new Merciful Fate, new King Diamond, but who knows if those are actually going to come out. Oh, new Jack Panzer is coming out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It hasn't been announced yet, but there'll be a Priest record this year.
Yep. And a Camelot record.
How do you know?
Because
they've been talking about it.
Oh. There's a new Overkill record coming out? Ooh.
Hello from the gutter.
We've been expecting you.
There's a new Children of Bodom live album. It's Alexi's last show.
Okay.
That he ever did with them before he passed away. Oh. And I looked at the set list because you can just look it up because you know what show it is, and it wasn't a good set. So that's a shame.
Boo.
Yeah, and in 2022, did you listen to anything new or good?
Well, we have the Blind Guardian loophole this year.
That was very
Blind Guardian record, best album of the year.
Well, let me see. It's a Death Metal Xmas's Elfter Shelf.
Yep.
Well, Blind Guardian, the God Machine, obviously. I got the Halo Effect.
Was that good?
It's all former In Flames members, and it's better than I expected.
Yeah, I heard that. That was decent.
Yeah, not as good as Blind Guardian. Then there was a new Rammstein.
There was a new Rammstein. Oh, you know what? That's another thing we did. That's
pretty good.
That was another concert. We had a dual concert review Rammstein discussion. That was another thing we did last year, and we should continue to do this year.
Yeah, but the problem is concerts are getting so expensive, and I assume they're going to continue to.
What if instead of watching them, we just read descriptions of
them? Perfect. Iced Earth had that shameless money grab where they just released the board recording of them performing at Bang Your Head.
Okay.
Like 5 years ago. And they put it out this year, and like none of the mistakes were fixed, and the mix isn't good. And very odd. I know KK's Priest album, Sermons of the Sinner, came out in 2021, but I got it in 2022.
Yeah, and I think they're putting out a new record this year, and we'll be touring extensively.
Yep.
That was a good record. I was skeptical, but it holds up.
Yeah, they're saying the next one's going to be heavier, but every band ever says
it'd be both heavier and more dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
Seventh Wonder had a pretty good album. It's never going to be as good as Mercy Falls, in my opinion. But that's we'll let those Gathered podcast guys talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look at the quality of the artwork in the link I just shared.
Whoa.
Man's a genius.
These are all incredible.
I only got a handful more. Michael Romeo War of the Worlds Part 2. It's just like if you can't wait for a Symphony X album, it just sounds like a Symphony X album. Hammerfall's Hammer of Dawn was not bad.
Okay.
New Ashes of Ares album, Emperors and Fools. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's all my 2022. That's all I listened to this year. Oh, and the new Black Metal Beach Party. Whatever the name was.
Spotify is just going to embarrass me.
Red Tide. What was it called?
What now? What's what called?
The new Black Metal Beach Party. Endless Suffer.
I named them all 5 years ago. So I don't remember.
Pet Sounds?
It was Endless Suffer.
Endless Suffer.
Yeah, it was the acoustic album.
There you go.
All right. So here's Spotify's best metal albums of 2022.
Oh,
Let's see how many we've heard.
Oh, wow. Get your dinger
Slipknot,
and buzzer ready.
The End So Far.
Who?
Slipknot, The End So Far.
No.
Rammstein, Zeit.
Although we can still debate if that's a metal album, but
Sure.
Well, on this list, yes. Impura by Ghost.
Oh, that's a big. That's one of
dear.
these.
And I will give I'll give a plug to the French electronic band Ghost that came out of the metal scene. They're excellent. Check out all their records. Okay, Architects, the classic Symptoms
Prague.
of a Broken Spirit. Yeah, it sounds Prague. Ozzy Osbourne, Patient 9.
oh,
Thought he was dead. Okay. Hey, remember when we saw him live at the Civic Center?
Yeah, and I think Halford opened for him, and it should have been the other way around.
And the crowd was perfect. All right, Lamb of God, Omens. That's probably a good one.
I can't do them both at once, so let's see.
Chat Pile, God's Country.
I preemptively buzzed that one.
Megadeth, The Sick, the Dying,
and the Dead. Ding!
That's
Ding!
decent.
Ding!
I refuse to listen to new Megadeth. I've been fooled too many times.
Okay, well, that's fair.
So I'm going to defer to you.
True Power by Prevail.
I have no opinion on that one.
Do you have a meh?
I have a... oh.
We don't give a
There you go. There you go.
And Afterlife by Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
God damn it. Maybe I'll get better at running the soundboard this year.
It's funny, Tim. We'll see, because we probably would have said 15 years ago, it's like Kill Switch Engage. It's like, now Kill Switch Engage is definitely metal and just fine. And we'll be saying the same thing about Avenged Sevenfold, where they're the only band that could fill an arena still.
I hope you're wrong. That is a haunting prediction. All right. Well, I think we've covered the past and the future plenty.
And possibly the present?